about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Cook. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? When they saw it last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. Touchdown, Dolphins! Dalvin Cook with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. A good gain there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the right side with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First catch of this game, a big one. Of course, he had the big performance last week when he was AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, but that was so last week, wasn't it? I mean, look at what he's doing now. I think he's trying to exceed what he did in that game and continue to ascend in this season.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there for the Dolphins. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Play action. Now it's Tua. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. A big play that time for the Titans.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Henry out of the pistol. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and sneak it here and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and that will force a turnover on downs. After the turnover, it's Tua. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. Second and 14.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Tua. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. This will go to Henry out wide. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now back to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part...
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're going to try and throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Derwin James with a pick. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going deep for Hopkins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Waddle now to return it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let him a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now this throw caught left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll try and throw for it here. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Gafford. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll dump this off to Cook. Working with a 2nd and 3. A give. This is Cook. Cook able to escape. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw. And it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for a touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. Nifty move. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now he's going to send this one deep right side.
And, boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Seibert on for the PAT. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Throwing on second and long. Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys are just saying, hey,